Houston Texans have been one of the surprise teams in the NFL this season with 7 wins to date, but now they are dealing with a bunch of injuries. For a preview of what's on Instant Replay, here's Larry Ramirez.
I'll tell you what, that aggressive Jets defense really got after the Texans today. So after winning 3 straight games, the Texans have now lost 2 of their last 3 and their starting quarterback coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
No Tank Dell, no Nico Collins, no Dalton Schultz.
Nope. Those are all big targets of his. And now the quarterback.
CJ Stroud, you don't like to see it.
No, you don't. Texans rookie quarterback CJ Stroud is currently in concussion protocol after suffering a head injury during the 4th quarter of today's loss to the Jets. And leading receiver Nico Collins left the game early as well with an injury. Head coach DeMeco Ryans certainly has a lot to deal with.
Well, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's your goal every year, and sometimes they come in bunches like it did for us for a while. Sometimes we've been thwarted by the state champions, but a little bit earlier in the playoffs. And I'll be proud to get on that bus and take them boys north.
Smithson Valley is the last San Antonio area high school football team playing. They won their semifinal matchup Friday night 49-21 and will next play for a state championship against a monster of a foe. The Rangers are back in the state final for the first time since 2004. It's called Silent Night. That is until Taylor University men's basketball hits a certain amount of points. Then the home fans go absolutely crazy. Mary Rominger will have more on the Trojans' awesome tradition. Plus, we go one-on-one with UTSA Athletics Director Lisa Campos. 210 Bam is ready to get back in the ring after breaking his jaw in his last fight. That and much more tonight on Instant Replay.
I don't know what that was going on at that basketball game, but I can't wait to learn all about it.
It's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Larry. We'll stay tuned for that. And we'll have more of the Nightbeat right after this. A couple's dream of a classic car dashed by a Southside body shop.
Its owner accused of accepting nearly $18,000 in payments for doing little work on the vehicle and even leaving it in worse shape than how he got it.
Truthfully, I was lost for words. I felt like I was taken advantage of. This man lied to my face over and over and promised me a safe car.
KSAT investigates. Dylan Collier examined the poor workmanship and tracked down court records detailing similar allegations against the shop.
Wanted to get a car for, an old classic car for my wife to be able to go out and cruise with us.
And that opportunity presented itself in the form of this 1970 Chevrolet Impala, purchased from a customer at Nathan and Angie Moore's feed store for $2,000.
Great base to work from.
After determining the car needed a new drivetrain and suspension and a fuel-injected engine, the Moores took it to Alamo City Customs.
Why not give another Southsider our business? Keep it here local.
It's a decision they've come to regret nearly 2 years later. First, they say owner Jaime Negrete claimed he was having trouble getting parts.
He kept stringing along.
Then, after the car was returned in October, it took Angie getting behind the wheel one time to realize the vehicle was in no condition to drive.
Next thing you know, I lost power to the gas. All of a sudden, I just feel the brake just tighten. Something's gonna happen. There's 18-wheelers in front of me, behind me, and I panicked.
Nathan says he looked under the hood and body, the fuel tank.
This is where I was telling you it's supposed to have a neck that's connected on.
Had not been replaced, even though the Moores had paid for a new one. Its hose simply placed inside without being sealed.
Gas just pouring out of the back of this thing.
Oxygen sensor lines held together by zip ties, shocks and springs that appeared to be more than 30 years old, parts rusted or missing altogether.
Are we gonna get a gas tank?
Cell phone video shows Nathan confront Negrete outside of his shop days before we interviewed the Moores. During that interview, a mechanic from the shop showed up with the tank, but said he had nothing to do with the dispute.
The Moores provided KSAT invoices showing they paid Negrete $17,825. Last month, they formally demanded a refund, filing a civil claim with Bexar County Justice of the Peace Precinct 1. Asking for the full amount to be returned.
They aren't alone. A lawsuit filed in State District Court accuses Negrete of failing to complete $13,000 worth of work. The owner of a 1952 Chevy pickup says he paid to have the front frame redone, only to find the brakes, exhaust, and radiator weren't installed. The suit also claims he got the truck back with broken taillights and body damage that someone tried to cover up with black spray paint. KSAT attempted to stop by and speak with Negrete, but a sign said he was open by appointment only.
Hi, this is Dylan Collier with KSAT12 television, trying to reach Jaime Negrete.
Our calls and text messages to him have so far gone unanswered.
I trusted this man, and he just took me for everything.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Now, both suits against Negrete and his shop are pending.
Yeah, KSAT could find no records that he has answered either suit or retained an attorney.
All right, switching gears and heading back outside with live cam. Temperatures falling, low 40s right now here in San Antonio. I hope you enjoyed an absolutely beautiful into the weekend. So the setup was the cold front that moved through yesterday, and that just filtered drier and cooler air back into south central Texas. Actually, we're pretty close to average this morning. 42 our official low here in town, 20 degrees warmer, but still very pleasant, low 60s for those afternoon highs here in Bexar County. It was 64 in Hondo, 54 in Rock Springs for the high today, 66 in Cotulla, and 62 up I-35 in New Braunfels. Again, right now, 30s and 40s across south central Texas. That light freeze expected to kick off the day on Monday. Then we've got some rain chances to talk about later this week. So we'll take another look at that, plus get you a look at weather around the country coming up in just a bit.
Around America, 2 officers and a suspect were hurt in an early morning shootout in Philadelphia. Officers responding to reports of shots fired around 2:30 this morning. When they got there, they saw a suspect drive off in a pickup truck. They followed it, and the suspect eventually rammed that truck into a police car and started shooting at the officers. 4 officers returned fire, hitting the suspect, who was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Meanwhile, one of those officers was treated for a graze wound, while another was shot in the ankle and is in stable condition.
A wildfire is forcing evacuations for some people in Ventura County, California. Heavy winds have driven the fire to burn more than 2,500 acres in between LA and Santa Barbara. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported, and fire crews say that today's mild weather and wind gave them a chance to get the fire about 50% under control. Despite that good news, crews still don't know how the fire started.
President Biden is hosting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House this Tuesday. It will be Zelensky's 3rd visit to Washington since Russia invaded Ukraine nearly 2 years ago. Some Senate leaders have also invited Zelensky to speak at a meeting Tuesday as negotiations for emergency aid to Ukraine continue in Congress. That new aid package could include money for Ukraine and Israel, as well as some boosted funding for border security here at home.
Well, coming up, some new bookcases at this San Antonio high school are doing much more than boosting student literacy. The deeper meaning behind the program, next on the Nightbeat.
Small shelves filled with books are not just improving literacy, they are connecting students to each other, to their teachers, and to future possibilities.
Yeah, I got to go to McCollum High School where their librarian started this innovative program. Like, how often do you guys come here and look at all the, I mean, there's a lot of books here.
Every day. I come every day. I love the library. It's like a home away from home.
It is.
It is. It really is.
Yes, we're always here in the mornings and then during lunch and then sometimes during our periods if we're free.
And so what makes you want to come here every single day?
The books.
The books. I like escaping reality and like just going into like a whole other world where like stress and worries are like not the #1 problem.
McCollum High School seniors Maria Casillas and Nadine Valdez are taking full advantage of the Cowboys Read book program. There are 5 of these bookshelves across the campus, even in the cafeteria. The books free for the taking, the sharing, and even the keeping.
There's no checkout, there's no due date, there's no fines, there's nothing. You return it when you're done, or you pass it off to your friend, or you keep it for yourself.
Librarian Terry Sharp started the program during the pandemic when literacy dropped and the prices of goods spiked.
Would you be able to have all of those books on your bookshelf at home?
No, books are really expensive nowadays. So luckily, this has really been a lifesaver.
You have a lot of these at home?
I do. I have like 9 cubbies filled with books.
Current, new, relevant books with big print, easy on the eyes, and fast to flip through.
Some of these are tough topics.
They are tough topics, but kids want to see themselves depicted in what they're reading because they can make that connection easier.
Get other perspectives, are able to relate to other kids, and that's how friendships start.
The connections not just to other students, but also to their teachers.
We have a wall here that shows what all of our teachers are reading. And this is something new that we've started to show kids that you continue to read throughout your whole life.
Just to know they're reading the same books. Yes. I've never seen that before.
I really haven't either, and I'm so proud of it.
As she should be. Courtney Friedman, KSAT12 News.
Some people up in Tennessee are just starting on the long road to recovery after tornadoes touched down there yesterday. We detail the damage and see where that system heads next.
In Tennessee, people struck by disaster are starting to assess the damage after tornadoes tore through parts of the state yesterday. At least 6 people died from the storms, including a child. That same storm system is now headed east tonight, where millions of Americans sit in the path of drenching rain and potential flooding. Rena Roy has the latest.
This weekend, reports of at least 26 tornadoes across 4 states: Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
That is fire.
In Madison, Tennessee, this fireball erupting as a tornado tore a path of destruction. Residents now assessing the devastation left behind. Drone video from Clarksville in Montgomery County clearly shows the damage. Roofs ripped off, others just torn apart. Trees uprooted, power lines down, thousands waking up Sunday without power.
There's a house gone right here.
Other homes still standing but severely damaged.
It's devastating for this community. There's going to be a lot of work to do.
The Underwood family was inside one of those homes.
I put all my kids into the bathtub, and then he said he could see it, and he ran down and grabbed a mattress, and we took cover until it was kind of over.
An emergency shelter has been set up at a local high school.
Right now, we're just trying to be with all those people who have lost so much, just trying to work with all those first responders and volunteers. And being here in a military community, volunteers is no shortage.
That same weather system sweeping to the east on Sunday.
We start to see this storm kick in a high gear for the Northeast. The I-95 corridor facing very heavy rain.
A confirmed tornado passing through a Raleigh, North Carolina suburb on Sunday, while more than 50 million people across the Northeast are under a flood threat through Sunday night. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Yep, thoughts and prayers definitely with the people of Tennessee and even Raleigh as they pick up the pieces after those tornadoes move through. Believe it or not, all of that severe weather was pushing ahead of the cold front that even moved through our area yesterday. It was all a part of the same parent system. Thankfully, we just did not have to deal with that severe weather. I wish we would have been able to get a little bit of rain, but really that sat just east of south central Texas. Here's where that system is right now. That area of low pressure near the New England states, there's just widespread rainfall falling along the eastern seaboard near Washington, D.C., New York, even still down to Raleigh, and some snow on the backside of that where temperatures are cold enough. And speaking of which, check out those temperatures. 67 in Orlando, Florida, where that boundary has yet to push through. 37 right now in Cleveland. We are not the only ones dealing with cold air late this Sunday night and into the early morning hours of our Monday. It is 29 in Wichita, 23 in Minneapolis, 32 right now in Casper, Wyoming, while we sit at 42 here in San Antonio. And one of the reasons why temperatures are going to be able to fall pretty efficiently through the overnight is because those winds have calmed. Last night before midnight, we had some wind gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour. This is a look at our max wind gusts since midnight. 25 mile per hour peak wind gusts here in town, 29 miles per hour just off to the east in Gonzales. Kerrville clocked in a peak wind gust earlier this morning, around 30 miles per hour. So hopefully a lot of those holiday outdoor decorations were secured. Again, those winds have calmed tonight. When you combine that with the dry air and the clear skies in place, that's what's going to help those temperatures fall to that light freeze potential by sunrise tomorrow morning. After that, it is going to be a stellar start to the work week. Low humidity, plenty of sunshine, and highs topping off in the mid-60s here in town. Into Tuesday, more cloud cover, but it's the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday time frame where we're going to start to see some of those better rain chances return to the forecast there as well. All right, one other look here at your Monday planner. 32 degrees, 7 a.m. here in town, 59 at lunchtime. There's that sunshine and a high temperature topping off around 65. Speaking of those high temperatures, a few degrees warmer on Tuesday, but then as we start to introduce those rain chances back into the forecast into the middle to later portions of the upcoming week, those afternoon highs come down ever so slightly, upper 50s and low 60s in store during that time. You can see here in your upper level air pattern what we'll be monitoring here in the days ahead with those rain chances. By Tuesday, there's that area of low pressure that's approaching the Four Corners and even the desert southwest. It is going to continue working farther south, and then depending on where exactly it moves across the Lone Star State, that is ultimately going to determine our rain chances and especially rain totals by the time the work week is over. But we've got that 40% chance on Wednesday, a 30% potential into Thursday. Right now it's looking like the best chance for rain that we'll have on any given day over the course of the upcoming week is on Friday. Of course, we'll continue to monitor that for you in the days ahead. Right now it's looking like we could see totals upwards of 1 to maybe even 2 inches in spots just ahead of next weekend. And that would be very beneficial when it comes to the latest drought monitor update. In case you missed it, this was released on Thursday. We still have a lot of work to do, especially here in Bexar County. Pointing farther up to the north, we have extreme drought, that red color in place. Severe drought for places like Hondo as well as Floresville and Seguin, and even some moderate drought around that there as well. So we'll definitely see what we can find as we see those rain chances work back in. Until then, bundle up first thing tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold, but after that, the afternoon is going to be very comfortable.
We'll hope for a good drink midweek. Thanks, Mia.
Right, Queen Bee relinquished her box office crown this weekend and made room for a new #1 film. How those two others stacked up at the box office next on the Nightbeat.
Just want their wishes to have a chance.
Wish held on to 5th place, adding $5.3 million. $6.2 million kept Trolls Band Together at number 4. Godzilla -1 held strong in 3rd place, taking in $8.3 million.
Lucy Gray won't survive a minute inside that arena.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, took 2nd place for the 2nd straight weekend, earning $9.4 million. It's at $136 million domestic.
What exactly are you?
The Boy and the Heron, the first film in 10 years from Japanese animation master Hayao Miyazaki, debuted #1 with $12.8 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That beat Queen Bee. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
The Spurs beat the Rockets back in October for their first win of the season. Now they need to beat them tomorrow night to avoid a franchise record losing streak.
And the Dallas Cowboys played the Philly Eagles tonight on a huge NFC East contest. For a preview of what's on Instant Replay, here's Larry Ramirez.
First place on the line in the NFC East. So entering tonight, the Cowboys reeled off 4 straight wins after losing to the Eagles back in Week 9, setting up this key game this evening in Arlington.
Prescott looking to throw inside for the touchdown with Gallup.
Dallas Cowboys scored on every first half drive and led the Eagles 24-6 at halftime. Now, one knock on the boys this season is they can't beat the good teams. Well, tonight they changed that narrative for at least 1 week. Now we'll see if they can keep it going with Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit still to come in December.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You know, we know it's tough. We're just as frustrated, if not more frustrated than they are. You know, we're trying to figure it out, but we do appreciate them every night coming out and supporting us. And the tide will turn. And you know, we owe a lot to our fans, so we're going to get it right.
Zach Collins and the Spurs will try to get it right tomorrow night when they play at the Houston Rockets, all the while trying to avoid their 17th straight loss, which would be a new franchise record. And after the I-10 rivalry, the in-season tournament champion LA Lakers come to town for back-to-back games. Now, the Houston Texans suffered some key injuries today. 210 Bam is ready to box again, and our latest scholar athlete from East Central High School. Wait until you hear what she wants to do for a career after college. It's a first we've ever heard for a scholar athlete. We got that and much more coming up right after the Night Beats.
Ooh, you have piqued my interest.
Yeah,
I love it.
me too.
All right,
Good
good.
tease.
Larry, good tease.
We will be back after this.
That was not a good tease.